So, significant context switch, but we will see how this goes. So, yeah, I'm context switching here. Unfortunately, I context switched during the day, and so things are not what they were as far as my memory. So, because I had to go put a bunch of other stuff in my head. Okay, so. So I think what we'll try to do here is okay, yeah, so what we'll try to do is extend the operations or define the operations in source API as a oh, this is actually the full CLI, so what do we care about doing? So looking at this, what do we see? So we see nested flows. So run diagram records set all. New class equals. Okay, yeah, so if we could turn this into a data flow, then it could be overlaid. Okay. All right. So, pick up audio. Okay. We'll cancel the desktop audio again, because who knows what's going on there. All right. This looks good. Let's get over here. Hello, hello, hello. Can I hear myself? I don't know. Well, I hope it's coming through. Okay, so let's. Oh my version. So that was supposed to be, how do we slice this system context so that it only it gives us the version operation and anything that takes that as an output. But let's see. Let's play with this a different way. So if we were to, how do we take a flow and make a CLI command? So let's play with this. Metadata setting. Okay, so we have nested operations effectively, or nested conditionals. Nested conditionals. It's nested conditionals. Because if it's a single conditional. Let's see, it's a tree of conditionals, right? So we say if it's the CLI, then we say if it's run, then we have different set of options. Then we say uh, distinct set of options of records, and then under that we have set and all, right? So that is probably, so set and all are definitely, themselves operations. Everything here, so anything that's all the CLI commands ends up doing run. So like an async def run. Okay, so interest run records, set all records run diagram. Okay, spilled my highball. I had to put it in a sippy cup. I was like, I'll be fine. No, I knew I was gonna spill it, and then I did. And it gets onto the one electronic thing on the desk. Okay, so how do we deal with this? Okay, let's go look at Alice. Okay. So what was this? Maybe this should be a default rather than system context. Da, da, da. Okay, so this is about, for system context, we use the CLI command. We will overlay with an output operation, which returns a single result within blank. Okay, so we found out the flow should produce a result of the CLI result data type. CLI result data type. Should it though? Okay, so this flow should have an operation in it which produces CLI result via taking a single piece of data derived from semantic version. I don't like that. Let's see. I no longer like that. We can use the system context as a CLI command by checking if it's valid when we overlay a system context which already has the following input in it. CLI result. If we get an invalid context, we know that we cannot use it as a CLI command since it doesn't produce a CLI result. Okay. So, okay. This is maybe we know. Okay, so then we don't need that comment. Okay, so this was a little, okay, we don't need that. So how's that different from above? Looks the same. Okay, let me go undo that. This blob, so we'll keep this just for now. So, PDX Johnny, that's me. Change to 0602. I'm not sure if this still holds. true. Still, and then I'll say, all right, so so when you're working with git age, okay, so here's the original. Okay, so when you're working with git, usually everything is nice and, you know, time and date stamped, but sometimes it's not, especially when we're doing big refactors sort of thing like this. So, then it becomes helpful to throw some dates and times in your comments for yourself. So you can keep things organized. So, okay, so we can get rid of this top to do. To do set input, set parent as input when running, and after overlay, okay. Okay, I think we can kill that. So, if I want results to be outside. Okay, so okay, yeah, so the way that we have it, it can run. Let's just see what happens if we say version. So I think right now it will run any flow. So to do have version only run the version command. Alright, invalid choice version, should choose from should I? Okay, so where's Alice? There she is. So we've got a problem in the util CLI command if it's not picking her up. So system context. So let's see. If name equals version and okay, so is subclass is instance. Okay, so if it's a subclass, okay, so this is the trick here. So if it is a forward ref, I haven't seen this one before. So let's see, 3, 1, 2, 4. So add subs. System context config not callable. Arg pers 146. Print arg. Name field arg. Alright, so what do we got? Set ourselves a print and a breakpoint. We're still on the internet. We're still on the internet. Hey! How's it going? Thanks for saying hi. I'm up early today. My sleep schedule is completely out of whack now. Okay. Let's see. We will finish. I wanted Alice by June, but I'll settle by Friday for 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 June 3rd. um, so let's see. One of the first things I want to do is for us to throw in some trained models here so that we can actually have, like an entity, rather than just some code, right? So hopefully we do that this morning here, but we'll see, right? I mean, I realized, I realized, I realized the month of May is gone, and I'm like, holy shit, man, spent a lot of time. A lot of time. I think we've built some solid foundation, though. I hope so. So let's check this out. So what's our problem here? Not our problem. Yes, our problem. Yes, it is. So the overlay. Um, okay, how do we get here? Um, so this is nice to sit down. Let's see. Um, that's class method. Okay, so it looks like we went in. Oh, okay, so we did make it in. Okay, so we made it into. Interesting. So, ooh, and look at that forward ref. Okay, so in some cases, okay, so our typing, my mouse is getting really hot with this thing here. I hope this doesn't, maybe I should put this on the other side. Hmm, don't want to melt my little mouse. I have enough hardware problems. Um, okay, so this is great. Okay, so we did, let's see, so the overlay, any fields we need to merge with any, okay. So let's check out that type. Where is that? Okay, data classes, add fields. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so the unification. The unification of the config system is underway. So unintentionally, we're getting there. We're getting there one way or another. Um, no. Uh, okay, God, it's not defined. Okay, so we are in. So field overlay. So I think our real problem here is that forward ref, right? And so we're ending up in a situation very much like the one we were in the other day, maybe yesterday, maybe the day before. I don't know. It's all a blur. Um, where we had to go and grab that system context config. I can't believe May is gone. I swear I've been working on this for a few days. Okay, so we need, and let's just refresh our memory here. Let me because this may obviously, you know, I I hope for the sake of anybody watching that only Alice watches all of this because this is verbose. Um, I mean, if you want to watch all of it, great. But so then that's fantastic. Um, if you want to join, if you want to say hi on stream, that's always fun too. Um, but I'm talking about recording style. So, anyways, yeah, this mouse is getting a little bit hot. I'm gonna switch to the left hand, switch things up a little bit. So, oh, wait. Okay, so where were we and where did we do this thing with, let's refresh our memory because we solved a problem like this earlier. Looks like 2 days ago, maybe, or yesterday. So where was this? Okay, so overlay. Okay, that's a general overlay. This is a different overlay. This is one which we're handling. So where was that? We had this fixed for type. Where is it? Okay. Where did that go? Um, here it is. Wow. Okay. So this commit here. Um, haven't been in this thread much anymore. Damn it. Well, okay. I write in this on my phone all the time. I don't know what this comment is, but we're just gonna write in here now. Because we're gonna fix up all the diffs later. We're gonna have all the dates. That's what we're doing. Remember? Oh, that's right. That's what we're doing. Okay. Okay. So here, if instance type class stir, and this is in convert value. So we probably need to add. Oop, my mouse is over here. We probably need to add something like this. So let's go. We probably need to add. Okay. Let me put this in the context. Technically, so self is a system context. Aha, April 22nd. Holy shit. It's happening. It's happening. Oh my god, let's do it. Okay, holy shit. I feel like we might be pretty close. Okay, but I shouldn't say that. Okay, we really have no idea. That was in April. We could be 2 months away. Okay. Dim diff base, and let's go hang out with convert value. Oh, good morning. Let's see. Um, let's see. So here, I believe, MK Arg. All right, our good friend MK Arg from pre-data class land, which we have now adapted to work with data classes. Thank you to whoever did that. That was really great. Let's see, who do we have to thank? I think we have Saksham or Hashim or Agin or Sudhanshu to thank for that. Yeah, Saksham and Agin. Yes. So thank you all for that fantastic data class field stuff. All right, we are building upon it again. So inspect is class field type. Let's just break in here. If field dot name equals overlay. And so there's a lot of different things. What I like to do is when I'm debugging like this, well, most things have names, but I try to you know, um, I try to throw if blocks around my okay, there we go. I try to throw if blocks around my breaks, or else you end up with them hitting breakpoints everywhere usually. So field dot type. And so let's take a look. What are we about to do here? Actually, we should probably open it here. I should really start a new TMUX session at some point, or maybe this is just going to be all one long session. Oh no, I turned off my computer. Oh no, it came back on. Ooh, it was in a deep sleep. Thank you, Alfredo. I found out recently my buddy Alfredo, he came up with the sleep states. I was shocked. I was like, wow, that was you. Great stuff. Okay, so field name equals overlay. Field default missing type. So it's not there. It's not there. So let's see if it's a class. Okay, well, it's not going to be a class because, okay, get origin. Okay, let's try down here. Let's see if we can hit that breakpoint again. Where are we at? MK Arg. Great. So we're in our breakpoint. Let's get out of here. So, and we'll close this as well. Okay, so archetype equals get archetype. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so let's just all right, the old tried and true preprint, pretty print the locals, and then throw us a breakpoint. All right, so that way we don't have to go printing everything immediately as we hit the breakpoint. So what do we got so far? What kind of arg have you built for us? Well, it looks like apply default installed overlays and type forward ref system context config. Okay, so let's do here. I think we should do the same thing that we did with convert value. And okay, arg, def mk arg. So let's just copy that because that seemed to go. Uh, it unblocked our roadblock, right? So let's just copy that sort of way that we went about doing that, right? Okay, so here, data class, right? Let's pass that through if we have it. Let's pass the data class through if we have it. Yeah, okay. And we'll just go through and audit. So okay, grep Mk Arg. Okay, so we got most of them. So where's another one over here? Okay, Mk Arg. Let's take a look. Okay, data class equals add from.config. All right, and so remember, and what is Mk Arg? Mk Arg is our way of transforming from this data class specific structure into this arg structure, which was our previous abstraction around argument parsing that was decoupled from arg parse. So we have data class has its abstraction layer, arg parse has its abstraction layer, and then this Mk Arg, this arg, capital A, lowercase rg, is meant to bridge the gap between the two. And so, eventually we might be able to go directly from data classes to args. Right now we jump through the Mk Arg helper. So it's really, quite honestly, I mean, we're basically going from data classes to args directly via the Mk Arg helper. So it's not really anything to be up in arms about. Up in args about. Oh. Okay, so let's do another grep. Boom. Okay, it looks like we got them all. So good, didn't add any extra parentheses. All right. Just double check data class, data class, data class, data class, data class. Self.config. And so what did we do? We did git grep -p -c, capital C, for Mk Arg, and that gave us a little bit of context, 4 lines of context on either side, as well as -p gives us, the parent, sort of like, so in C this does real nice function matching. In Python it sort of does scope, general indentation. You get what you take what you can get. So let's see. We didn't finish this though. So we added the um, so we added the so we added this, but okay, so origin field type in list tuple and args plus. Okay, so if is instance args type, arg type, forward stir. So let's just say, so I think what we'll do is we'll take arg type and we'll say, so type class. So let's actually make this a helper function. Okay, so convert forward ref data class. And so we'll say type class and then data class, or maybe data class and then type class. All right, so what is this? This is this function, takes data class and type class. And so boop, boop, and now we copy, now we paste. So let's just put it above Mk Arg. Actually, let's go ahead and put it in dfml util Python, because this is random Python stuff. So Okay, so let's not add that yet. Okay, so all right, trying to break things into patches. Looks like we got one here, so let's make sure we go import from base. Convert. Forward ref data class. Boom, boom. All right. So we can do git add dash p to add parts. And so what did we do? We're adding just this refactoring. So let's go do git commit util python ref move. Oh, my mouse is over here. Push that up. Let's take a look. So, oh, hey, look. Okay, well, this is in. Okay, so this basically does what? Wait, convert value. So this takes a. Okay, so you know what? This should actually be done in Mk Arg. Yeah. Or well, we'll allow for it here. Or so let's go say also let's do a is forward ref data class, right? So it looks like it can end up being a string. All right, so let's keep these two things together, right? Is forward ref. All right, so check if something is a for, actually we need the data class to see if it's valid within the scope. So check if something, if a type class, or if a fields, so let's make this field. Or no, we can just say type class. Type is a forward ref. Typing out forward ref. Okay, so sometimes it looked like 137. Okay, fantastic. So if it's a stir or a forward ref. Class used for internal typing representation of string forward references, for example. List some classes implicitly transformed into list forward ref. This class should not be instantiated by the user, but may be used for introspection tools. Okay, so we know that this is not always true, right? Let's see, will not implicitly be deformed. Generic types such as will not implicitly transformed into list forward ref, and thus will not automatically resolve to list some class. Okay, so that's fine, fine by me, because we'll just do this, right? So we already have run into this problem where it's not a forward ref, so we're basically going to say, if you're a string, and so let's say to do either via direct, via being an instance, or being a type which is a string, therefore obviously, so obviously an instance of a string is not type, or maybe not obviously, you never know. Maybe we are screwing something up when we do this, but we'll find out later and somebody will have the comment. So an instance of a string is not a type. So they'll see that and they'll say, oh, no, you're wrong, all right? And then they'll know what to change. So to do, yeah, okay. So then we can just call this. Therefore, if we see a string, we should assume it is a forward ref. Right, so we're going to say return this instance, right? So basically, if it's a string or a forward ref, then we're going to pass it to that convert data flow, whatever, convert forward ref. Data flow. Everything has to be data flow apparently. So now we can use this here, right? And we can say, boom, like this. So if data class, and so if data class is not none, okay, is forward ref. We can just say is forward ref, I guess. Let's leave the data class in there. No, it just says is forward ref. It doesn't say is valid forward ref, right? Maybe it should say is valid forward ref. I don't know. We'll just leave it like this for now. One through 9. Okay, so here's our args type. Our type class for Mk Arg. Right, convert forward ref data class. Or maybe resolve. Yeah, resolve. All right, so resolve, so we changed them both. Okay, so we've resolved that. So it doesn't like use forward ref data class. Oh, yeah, this isn't util data. This is Python. Okay. So these two, yeah, are not. Um, okay. Okay, so is forward ref. All right, so let's just make it as forward ref data class. Typing forward ref. No support for string types other than own class. All right. We're getting somewhere. All right, so writing a little print statement. Okay, so what do we got? So type class is forward ref. So, so data class. Okay, so this should say here. So if is instance forward ref, then what is the? I think we can do. Um, what is the way to get the get args util data? This should be in Python too. Yeah, this should be. Alright, so this should basically say, right, it's my class. Right, okay, so we have a property, which is my class. We feed it through to this resolve. My class. And then data classes, data fields. My class type list, right? So we grab the fields and we got the type. It should be import data classes. Import dfmo. Okay, so let's go test this. Okay. What's the type class forward ref get args? Type class get origin. All right, let's see. From diff dot import get origin. Diff dot util dot data import get origin type class, right? So let's see what's this thing. Okay, so that doesn't help us at all. Type class dot dict. Where's forward ref dot slots? Hey, we got up arrow support this time. Forward arg, forward code. Okay, that's it. At this point now, I'm going to jump into the typing code. When do we not do that? Yeah, it's like, well, why are you doing this to us? So is argument is class forward ref is argument not is instance module is class false forward ref. Okay, so forward arg forward evaluated. Oh, can you evaluate it? Evaluate. What? Well, this is fantastic. Okay, so what use is this? I'm scared. This function doesn't get called anywhere. A function that does not get called anywhere within the Python source code, dubious. Okay, well, let's just try to call it. So what do we need? So I'm glad we looked at this. Self globals is none, logos is none, so we can pass none, none. Let's try passing none, none for now. Sys modules get for module, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, this is what we talked about having to implement. Forward references must evaluate types, and we wouldn't have seen it. So this is a really prime example of open source slash inner source, and how we could have I don't know. This is a prime example. I can tell this is a prime example, right? Because clearly we were about to go write the same code, yet the code exists within the standard library. The ordained place to get code from for a language, right? So the reason why DFFML doesn't use any third-party libraries within the main package is because um, we can't really control. I mean, like we have no control over third-party people. You know, we don't have control over anybody else's update policies, right, with regards to how they address security vulnerabilities. We know that everybody sort of universally trusts the Python folks to make things right. So you know, language maintainers, trustworthy source, right? We're putting our trust in the language. We put our trust in the language standard library. We trust that they will update it for us, and that our users can simply update the language to get the updates right, and they don't have to deal with anything other than that, right? So that's just for the core. And if we do that for the core, the reason why we make all the plugins is that if there's ever a problem with anything, then you only have a problem with part of your application, right? Like, so if Alice is made up of like what, you know, if we said Alice is made up of 24 plugins and one day there's a problem with one of them, then all of a sudden we don't have to not ship Alice anymore. We just have to not ship that plugin, right? So, okay. Um, so what happens if we evaluate it? So type class dot underscore evaluate. So they didn't mean for us to not call it because they would have made it underscore underscore. So they mean for someone to call it. Underscore means it's an internal API. However, if it's not called anywhere within the code, my guess is that this is something that the type checkers, there's sort of, maybe there's some discussion forum somewhere or some email thread where the MyPy folks said to the standard library folks, oh, well, we could just have this evaluate method, right? Okay, so we have no idea what the fuck that is. Actually, we could probably find out if we went to view git blame. And now we can see exactly what this is and where it came from. So 311. Okay, so this brings a very good point. So this was last added 3 years ago. It looks like it's in 311. It's in 310. Here's the pull request. GitHub does a very nice job of keeping track of this stuff. So July 19th, 2020, our good friend Joseph and the Knights Who Say Ni and the benevolent dictator for life of Python, Guido, reviewed and provided this patch for us. This was this person and this person, and it looks like a few people did this. Okay, so is a backport of this pull request to the 3.9 branch. Okay, so needs backport to 3.9. This looks like it is perhaps getting backported into 3.9. No, that's the same thing. Okay, so I am going to say that we can't count on this in 3.7. I would be shocked if there's a needs backport to 3.9 tag. And I would be really surprised. But this is, what was this? So, actually, I think there's a significant defect in the current PEP 5.8.5 implementation. In fact, okay, so, here, this is our problem. Okay, so this is what we ran into. And Guido says, hey, you're right. It doesn't work with list. Okay. We're a couple years late to the party here. This is fine. Okay, so let's not deal with that. Let's not deal with that. Let's just do it ourselves then. Okay, we'll just do it. So what were our slots here? So forward evaluated. Okay, so let's just go grab all our slots. So we know this doesn't work. So fuck that. So slots, right? So when something has slots, you can go through and you can say get at her slot. Okay, so we can say so we'll print a dictionary here where we have slot and the thing in the slot. Or could we write this as zip slots map get at her Okay, I like the front approach, or the top one a lot better. Okay. Where are we? How do we get out of here? Why are we stuck in PDB? Oh. Okay, forward arc, forward evaluated. Forward. Oh wait, we did have that thing. Oh my god. What are we doing here? So basically, I'm just like, I get when this stuff happens, I get sick of it real quick. So print 2. So we're just gonna. So basically we say uh, kill, and then space $, open paren psaux pipe to grep for Python, grep for unit test, and then go awk, and then print the second column, and then close paren. And obviously the awk stuff is within parentheses, but that will kill something. Okay, so forward rest has no attribute evaluated. Okay, so I think we can just call that not a thing then. So where's our breakpoint? Let's make sure that we remove that because this is causing troubles. Where's this other breakpoint? Resolve forward left. Okay. And then this is why I did that, because now we can just up arrow and it's dead. Okay. Okay, so we just want to say type class equals type class dot. Okay. So forward arg, that's what we want, not forward ref. Grab the string version, and let's reference that. Let's reference that. Let's reference this comment because I think this is a nice little clean description of what was going on there. References, haha. Usually I put references, but we only have one link. If we only have one link, then I put C. If we have multiple references, then I put whatever it is. What say you? Yep, we found another breakpoint. Data classes is not none, Mk Arg. 40. Resolve forward ref. Data class is not defined. Oh. Because it was not accessed appropriately. So we have a slightly different setup around doc test, which actually requires that you import the module so that you can't just call the function directly, because or else we found that the examples ended up being incomplete. My class has no attribute data class fields. Oh. All right, so we forgot to make this a data class. So just need to do data classes dot data class. And then when you do these doc testable examples, then you need to do, okay, look, there we go. Okay, so let's add that. Fantastic. Let's see, so we really just want to refactor this and add -p diff, or let's see, let's look at our recent history here. Okay, so we'll rename this thing. Beautiful sunrise. My laptop camera is not working. I should just order a camera that works. Oh, okay. Anybody else on the stream? Anybody else on the stream? Good morning, good evening. All right. Okay. Okay, so excuse me here. So, did we end up using that even? We did not. Did we use forward ref? Yeah, we did. So we used forward ref. We didn't end up using get args. And this was for, yes, we do need that. And then is forward ref. Okay, so I'm gonna add just this right now. And then so actually I just want to add the name change right now. Or actually I don't even want to add the name change right now. So we'll just say convert forward ref data class. We'll say convert forward ref data class here as well. So we can just change it in the patch and then we can add that. So now, right, so if we look at what's staged, we see that we can stage something other than, ooh, ow. We can stage something other than, ouch, ooh. We can stage something other than what is actually on disk. Okay, in terms of in the file. All right, so git commit util python convert for data class support for word ref with string arg, the string forward arg, and we can say previously this only supported, or previously we only supported strings directly. Now we can say add dash p, and we can say basically, we're renaming this thing. Right, so just that. That's arg. We don't care about arg right now. We need to go commit that stuff. Resolve. Okay, so we only want to commit the name change this time. We want to commit the C there. See, and there, our patch that we committed last time now differs from what's on disk, and so we didn't lose what's on disk. So get diff staged, and we can say rename, convert forward ref to resolve. Okay, so rename from convert to resolve. So now we add this check just to what we are aware, only to where we already had it. Actually, so first we add. So this is just a a logical way of structuring commits, right? So and what we want to structure our commits in a logical way, so that we can remember we're going to do, if you're looking at the thread, we're going to do this like A/B testing of commits as we cherry pick across branches to do like this diamond pattern validation. And we're going to find out, what code works with each other across code bases, and branches within a code base. So, and then we're going to know what our feature flags are and what our always state of the art is. So, and this is how we could potentially say, okay, it looks like you're doing that underscore evaluate. Let me try ifing out your is forward ref data class or resolve forward ref. So we could have a feature flag. Basically, Alice could auto build us a version of DFFML or auto build us a patch which says, hey, I notice you're doing this thing, which is very similar to the way it's done in this library you're already using. What do you think about this patch that just uses that library for this version of Python? And we can say, yes, oh, thank you, Alice. Right, then we don't have to maintain that code going forward once we drop the previous versions from support. So is forward ref data class, add helper, or let's see, helper to check if a forward to accept to check for forward ref or stir. And then we can say related, and we'll throw in that. Where was that? So we had a link here, HTTPS. We added, okay, so we'll say related, right? The more information we can give ourselves in the future, the better, because we will not remember. Assume you remember nothing. Okay. So now we can go use is forward ref data class. We haven't used it yet in arg, so we use it there. Right, so git commit. base convert value use new is forward ref data class instead of implementing directly. Replaces old implementation, which only handles stir case. Now we go through and we do all this. Write our Mk Arg stuff. We see if there's any other Mk Arg stuff that we missed. It looks like we got all the Mk Arg stuff in this get diff staged, right? So it looks like we got all the Mk Arg stuff, at least as I can see from the diff, right? So now we may have a problem, right? So let's see if we have a problem or not. Okay, so that's just retesting that. Let's try to run the version command, see where we're at. Okay, look, it's not exploding. It's not like me. It's not me exploding. Oh, look at that. Holy shit, look at that. Overlay, orchestrator, upstream, overlay, orchestrator. Holy shit, it's there. Okay, let's add this. So what did we do here? We said Mk Arg resolve forward references, and we'll just put the class forward, typing forward references. Okay. So let's also add this command. Right, so what happened here, util CLI command. We forgot to check. Okay, so if this if statement is wrong. What is that? All right, so this should be, first we check if it's an instance, and then we check if it's a subclass. And if it's a subclass, it might have the default parameter set, right? So not necessarily a deal breaker. If it has to, if it's an instance, it better have, overlay and actually, so quite honestly, if you're an instance of the system context or the system context config, we can handle you. We'll just put system context. Okay, so okay, so support adding instances of system context as commands as take a little break here. The sun is shining-ish. Okay, it's not shining yet, but it will be, hopefully.